Why don't I see anything?
Because you didn't play the intro.
Oh, hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to the Broncos Buzz on the MHRT network. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, his comments, my comments, your comments in the chat. We are Broncos Buzz. Holy smokes, guys. Sorry for that crazy introduction. I completely forgot to hit the intro. We're live, and we're just sitting there going, hey,
we may need to switch. Next time I do the introduction, you pound a beer to get things started.
I don't know if you guys want that. Because first off, I can't drink any effervescent liquid fast. I mean, I don't have that. I'm not going to go into detail, but I don't have a big throat. I have my mom's throat. It's very narrow. But anyways, I can't. Don't go there. And thank goodness, Madungus. I talked to him earlier tonight because we had an issue. I couldn't get into the thing. But anyways, so he's on his way watching his son's football game, Friday night football game. So I don't think he's going to be, although he could pop up. Who knows? But anyways, so if he was here, he would have made comment about that, but I'm not going to make comment about that. Anyways, yeah, I can't do it. How do you do it, dude? People say, oh, you just open your throat. I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know if I want to.
Of experience. Plus, I used to have, I'm dating myself, a family friend known as the Fox. And he was a professional beer pounder. Used to have a place called the Fox Inn in Santa Monica, California. And the day I turned 21, he shut down the bar. But he played all these songs. Go on YouTube, look for the Fox fastest beer drinker. He has all these unique songs like "Hey lolly 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 la la lolly lolly la." I know a girl went to USC. Hey lolly lolly la. Now it hurts when I go pee. Hey lolly lolly la.
And can we get copyrighted for that?
No, because he's a family friend and he's no longer with us.
Okay, got it. All right. Before we get into the chat and anything else, how in heaven's name has your week been, bud?
You know what? The hot weather is gone, so my week's been good. How's your week been?
My week's been really good, really good. Although I do want to say one thing, and I really, really want you guys to please think of my brother-in-law, Rudy. He's in the chat right now. Rudy Torres, my brother-in-law in Vegas. He is going into heart surgery. I'm not going to go into detail. If he wants to in chat, that's fine. He's going for heart surgery this Monday, 6:30 a.m. He's going in, getting prepped, all that. Anyways, I just want each and every one of you, if you're so inclined, please lift up a prayer for Rudy. Your thoughts and prayers are extremely welcome. I know he would appreciate it, and I know I would as well. So, guys, I really do thank you for your support with our show, with the channel, and please keep Rudy in your minds and hearts and prayers. I really would greatly appreciate it. All right. Okay, so that being said, David Yonkin starts off by saying, praying for you and your family. Thanks, David. Really do appreciate that shout out to Rudy. I know he'll appreciate it. All right. Speaking of David Yonkin, and we'll get in that topic right after we recap last week's game. It says, David Yonkin said, to your question is no, we don't have a Bo problem. You guys can't give up on Bo after 20 games. We're not giving up. but there are issues, and we will bring that up. And he follows up by saying, it seems like Sean and Bo are not on the same page. What do you think of that, real quick, before we
I
get into the
think
topic?
yes and no. I don't think Bo is up to full NFL speed yet. And, when things are off there by that much, they get magnified a whole lot more. So they're off right now. But, I mean, we've lost 2 games by a total of 4 points. We just have to learn how to win and close games. And that's the issue right now. And I'll get into that a little bit more.
I just, hey, Rudy, I just want to know who Steve is.
Your new co-host?
Look at the bottom of the pictures. It says Kona Spence. Okay, well, hey, that's your new nickname. You're Steve. You're Kona Steve Spence. No?
I've been called worse, even by Alex Trebek on national TV.
There you go. Victory lap. Yo, what is up, Vic Lap? What is up, man? Nice to have you in the chat as always. Just got off work. Hey, cool, man.
Nice.
Excuse me. Glad you're in the chat. Glad you're participating. Really do appreciate it, like always. Of course we do. Victory lap goes, who's Steve? And Rudy goes, Kona.
Oh, Kona Steve. That's who your new partner is going to be.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Rudy, I know they're going to give you some medication, some really good stuff to put you to sleep, but you don't need to start now. Put it down. It's okay.
After a few drinks, you can be any name.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Put it back up. Put it back up. David Yonkis says, after a few drinks, you can be any name.
Amen to that.
Oh my gosh, the show's starting off on a, well, like it normally does. Like it normally is. Hey, what's up, my nephew?
What's up, Robert?
Bobby. He says, hey guys, hoping Denver bounces back after last week. Was rooting for Denver hard. Well, we all have. We all have. I don't, we'll get into that. Stay with us. We'll get into that. But I'll tell you what, these last 2 games have been hard to swallow. Very, very difficult to swallow. Speaking of that, the very first topic, not the main topic, but the very first topic before we get into the main topic is this. The recap of the Broncos, Chargers. Horrible collapse in the last 7 minutes of the game when the Broncos had a 20-10 lead. And all they had to do was get a field goal or a touchdown, and they didn't accomplish that. What they did accomplish was what they did in the Colts game, and that is give it away. Spence, what happened in that game that you saw that allowed Denver to snatch a loss out of the hands of victory?
You know what? This is what happens to teams that try to become elite and powerful and learn to win. You basically have to close out games. So far this year, we've scored only 10 points in the first quarter and 10 points in the fourth quarter. We've had 8 drives in the fourth quarter. We've gotten a touchdown, a field goal, a missed field goal, 3 turnovers, and 2 punts. That's not closing out a game. To win, you have to be at your best in the fourth quarter. Not the second quarter, not the third quarter. The fourth quarter is where you take that action and you close out games. Look at Indianapolis. We had an interception. Let's see, Indianapolis, we had an interception and then a missed field goal. That's not how you close out a game. San Diego, we had a field goal, a punt, and a punt. Now,
well, or LA.
Yeah, I still wish they were in San Diego. Chargers. This is what takes a team from being a really good team to being a really great team, is closing out games. Now, with the Indianapolis game, we could sit here and argue until the end of time about some of those BS calls, the missed field goal, that they got put into position. Okay, that's over with. Against the Chargers, if we could ever have the 90, what was it? Missed it by that much. That is what it seemed like on all of Bo Nix's connections to his wide receivers. He was just missing. He wasn't in rhythm. He wasn't in fine-tuned position. One of those misses he connects with, we're probably talking about a Broncos victory, especially that deep ball to Sutton, who was open, if he could have just caught it. But that's what we have to learn as a team. You have to learn to close out games. Not necessarily, I'm not worried about the slow starts because they've been great in the second and third quarter. I'm worried about closing out the game and finishing it to take victory away from any kind of possible defeat. And that's what we have to learn.
All right. So what, in your opinion, is the difference between last year with Bo Nix closing out games and this year Bo Nix not closing out games? And we have topics related to that. But before we get into that, what do you think and feel is the difference? Is it coaching? Is it players? Is it scouting? What is it? Tape on Bo Nix?
It's getting up to speed. We're 3 games into the season. I'm not panicking. Last season, if you want to look at that, we had a much easier schedule. Look at who we have lost by 4 points to so far. 2 3-0 teams. 2 undefeated teams. Yes, we did beat Tennessee. Didn't look spectacular, but now is the time where the playbook needs to get enlarged. Need to go into Sean Payton's brain and say, those trick plays or those sneaky plays you were calling in New Orleans, start using those. This is what the team has to do. They've got to expand the playbook. They got to start throwing deeper and deep and taking those deep shots. But really, it's just Bo Nix and the receivers getting into some good continuity. They're just off right now. Not the end of the world. Fixable, ability to get better. But this is what takes a team, as I've said, this is what takes a team from a really good team to a great team, is how you perform in the fourth quarter. And we're not performing up to par in the fourth quarter right now.
True. Victory Lap says, let's get a blowout against Cincinnati and take the momentum to Philly. Well, let's hope that happens. Let's hope that happens.
I agree.
David Yonkin, hang on, buddy. We not only have a jackass of the week, but we have a did I do that comment. So David Yonkin says, Bill and Spence, I have not heard about any jackass of the week lately. You're going to hear it tonight, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
David follows that up by saying, it's hard to win when you punt 7 times. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the and those punts have been happening in the first and fourth quarter, not necessarily the second and third quarter. So first quarter, I don't really pay much attention to because sometimes slow starts happen. It's that second, third quarter when you're building momentum, and that fourth quarter when you're closing out. Having 3 punts in the fourth quarter alone does not solve problems or issues. The boss.
Yep.
Where's the link? Oh boy. All right. Honey, I'm coming with the link to the show.
All right. When you're doing that, I'm going to say Victory Lap says the Broncos are undisciplined. Absolutely. We have a topic on that as well. Bobby says last year the league didn't know Bo Nix. This year they do.
That is true.
100%.
That is true. And then that is where it comes to coaching. The league knows you as this. Now can we open the playbook and expand your horizons with other aspects that the league doesn't know of?
Then he follows up by saying Broncos need a Taysom Hill kind of player for Peyton's playbook. That was supposed to be Evan Ingram.
Right.
He was supposed to be the guy, but he hasn't been there. So I agree with you, Bobby. We need to have that kind of guy who can be multifaceted. Denver doesn't have that right now.
Yes.
Yet. David Yonkins says Sean is a pass first, then run, and that is not helping Bo. Do you agree or disagree? He says Sean Payton said he wants to run the ball, which he does and has done with, and we'll get in that topic too, with KJ Dobbins. But is he a pass first? It sure looked like it in the first 3 games.
I think he's not necessarily pass first. I think he emphasizes the pass to open up the run.
Isn't it supposed to be the other way around?
Not necessarily. Philly does that. They use the pass to open up the run.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, new person, Francisco. I hope I'm saying this right. Trujillo. Well, we don't want to go there.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's your own issue, Francisco. But thank you very much for watching the show. What are you drinking tonight?
Clayton Huron, what is up? He says, hey, guys. I say, hey, what is up? Yeah, no, I'm glad you're in the chat. I said, smash that like button. Well, smash the like button, not something else. And share, guys. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Clayton. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the like button. If you haven't not subscribed, please do so. It helps out the channel, helps out the show, and lets everyone know that you really do appreciate the content and what we strive to bring every single week. David Yonkins says, Sean said a quarterback's best friend is a great run game. Absolutely. But he doesn't run the ball lately. So it's kind of like it just doesn't make sense that you're not running the ball. You know what I mean? Bobby says the Broncos need a true second receiver. Shut down Sutton and you have no one else to throw to. Well, they got Franklin.
Yeah, I think Franklin's coming out as a solid number 2. So we'll see more. And I would love to see Franklin just go run a post and for Bo to chuck it to him, because I think Franklin can outrun most of the cornerbacks and out jump them. So, hang on. Aiden and Mom in the house. Woo.
Wow. Clayton Huron says, great way to top off a Friday night. Thank you so much, Clayton. You're the best, dude. You're the best. Absolutely appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Speaking of the devil, who we didn't think would be in the house, is in the house, says, can't wait for the Jared Stidham glaze and Bo Nix hate from Bill. Me. No, I don't hate Bo Nix. I just don't think and feel we're going to get into all this. So stick around, Madungus. Put your phone to your ear, put your earbud in your ear, watch your son's game. You're going to hear my take. So buckle your seatbelt.
Then you got to then we need your take from my son.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, trust me. He's been rubbing it in all week long.
All right. Aiden says, how about them Chargers? All right. How about it? We lost. We lost. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Now we'll see him in the playoffs where we'll knock the Chargers out.
Congratulations, Aiden, on being 3-0. And I hate to say it. But I got a gut feeling there's no way they're losing to the Giants. No way they're losing to the Giants. So,
well, that's
enjoy your 4-0 because after that, the plane crashes, dude.
That's one of our topics. Could be an interesting discussion.
Yep, it could be. Rudy, who the heck is Steve?
Me.
Steve, since this is only the beginning, should we be worried that Bo Nix makes much improvement to a team working as one? The hell is he talking about?
to alcohol, the cause of and solution to all the world's problems.
Of Rudy's text. Yeah. Okay. Alfonso Perez, what is up?
Alfonso,
Man,
welcome.
glad to have you in the chat. Says, got to take the pressure off the passing game. Bo can't handle too many hits in the pocket lately before getting rattled. Pretty sure he's playing hurt. Ooh. Never thought of that.
Interesting
After 3
analysis,
games, you think he's playing hurt?
I don't think he's playing hurt. I think he's just not up to NFL speed right now, and he's not in sync with his receivers. So I don't think he's hurt like he was last year at the end of the season where he was playing with a broken back. But I just think his timing right now all around with his receivers, with his running backs, with his linemen, he's off. And he's going to get there. He just needs a game against the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football to help him.
Yeah. David, I love you, man. I love you being in the chat each and every. What are you laughing for, Spence? David Youngkin says, if you need to go insane, just listen to this guy, Bill. Go insane? David, I love you, man, for always being in the chat, for always your great comments, everything. Insane? Okay. Everybody has an opinion. It's all good. It's all good. I welcome it. Insane?
Madungus, if you're listening, we need that.
Maybe.
No, Madungus, if you're listening, we need that quick clip that we can press on that goes, insane in the membrane, insane in the brain.
Oh, thanks for giving him ammunition. Yeah,
you're welcome.
Thanks a lot. Bobby, a true Vikings fan, says, score!
Whoa.
Yeah, love it, man.
I've been to Sweden, and we definitely talked a lot of skull.
Now, I don't want to get off topic, but why not? That's what the show does. So where did the word skull come from? S-K-O-L.
I don't know.
Well, you said you've been to Sweden, dude.
Yeah, I was chasing after a girl. It didn't work out.
Anna, I hope you're not listening.
She knows all about it.
Oh, okay.
I was honest with my wife. I told her.
Of course, you got to be honest.
Yeah.
Andy, what is up? Andy in the chat, thank you so much. Said, damn right, the Cubs don't have a problem. Bill, World Series. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. I took a deep breath, and I'll tell you why. The Cubs are playing great, but we got to get past the Padres in the wild card. Anything can happen in the playoffs. Okay, it's a whole different level. Then we either got to get past the Mets or the Dodgers. If the Mets beat the Dodgers, which heaven help, please, then the Cubs have home field advantage because they're the top spot in the wild card. Then we got to play Milwaukee, possibly. And the Broncos and the Cubs haven't played Milwaukee all that well. Hopefully, you're correct. I'm hoping that 2016 comes back and makes it 2025. I don't know. But yeah, thanks, Andy, for your positive. That's why I got this Cubs shirt on right here, because we're one game away from home field advantage against the Padres in the wild card. Anyway, thank you so much for bringing that in.
Broncos buzz, not Cubs buzz. All right.
Hey, we cover all sports, dude. We cover Broncos, Avalanche, and Cubs. And if you want to bring in your Rockies, we can do that too. Oh, by the way,
we're not going to finish with the worst record in history. Woo, woo, woo.
That's what I was saying. Congratulations. That's not going to happen. All right. Let's see. Anything else in the chat before we move on?
Yeah, David Youngkin.
When I'm done with the show, I have to bang my head against the wall to get my sanity.
Agreed.
Are we that crazy, dude?
Yeah.
Are we that crazy, that insane? What? Okay, David, what don't you like about the show? Yeah, that's me every time I talk to Bill.
And David Youngkin agreed. And then Rudy Torres.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'm done. Hang on a second. I'm done. You carry the show.
And it all goes back to beer. Sorry, I was texting my wifey. I hear you. And Alfonso, I hear you, Creevy. He didn't have a problem last year with all the pressure, but I can't put my finger on why he's not rolling and how Kona, I hope, is right. We just got to shake off the rest. Hey, Alfonso, let's look at it this way. We have lost 2 games by a total of 4 points to 2 undefeated teams who are playing very well right now. We have just got to close out a game in the fourth quarter. We've had leads. We've had the ball with leads in the fourth quarter. It's when we get to pressure time that we have to actually come together. And it comes on the coaches, the play callers, the players on the field. It's crunch time. Slow start, okay. Second, third quarter, we've been at our best. Closing it out in the fourth quarter, that's something that these guys have to learn. And that's the difference between a team that makes the playoffs and goes to the Super Bowl.
Alfonso Perez says, thanks for the shout out, fellas. Warm welcome. Absolutely. We go to the chat. That's what this show is mainly about. You guys. Mainly about you guys. Because if you're not in the chat, then there's no point in even doing the show because we don't know who's listening. We don't know who's participating. That's why we recognize the chat each and every week. Rudy says cornholing is a sport.
Yes, it is. When I was single.
I'm not going down that road, but Doug is probably going to. Oh, my God.
Yeah, just kidding.
All right. Oh. Okay, David Youngkin says, I love the show. Thank you so much, man.
We appreciate
love doing it. We absolutely love doing it each and every week. We do. It's a lot of work, but it's fun work. It doesn't feel like work. I can say that for myself. I don't think Spitz feels like it's work either. It's fun. It's enjoyable.
No, it's work to get to doing the show because you have to go through your wife.
But Duncan says, Conan got that beer so close to camera, I started to swim. David Youngkin says, some fans get mad when I say that this team is a mess and shows on the field. Why get mad? Truth hurts. Yes, that's true. Truth does hurt. Go ahead.
I was going to say, there is some discombobulation with the team right now. And this is something we just have to work on. This is what happens when you don't get enough reps together during the preseason. We've been saying that all along. I know
but Doug doesn't agree with me.
So I have just said this. The first quarter of the season, the first 4 games, let's see what happens. It's after that, game 5, 6, 7, 8, that I can start getting concerned. And if we are still having these issues in the second half, then I'm going to be biting off my fingernails.
Okay. Is Anna okay with you going until like 9 o'clock tonight? Because we're only on the main topic. We're only on the
take this off and
well, guys, I'll tell you what, if you have to bail out and I still got 3 or 4 topics left, I'll just bring it. So it's all good.
No worries.
All good.
Madungus, I wouldn't say they are a mess. They definitely need to clean up the penalties, but it's all the little things that are killing us. But they are flexible. Agreed. These are the small little details that come in crunch time. I'm not as worried or panicked about it in the first half, maybe even the third quarter. It's crunch time where we're making mistakes, where we're not making connections, where we're not completing passes, where we're not taking that step forward to really secure a victory.
Duncan said, Daniel Jones didn't take first team reps with the Colts, and what's your point is invalid. David Youngkin follows up by saying Sean should have these guys work in the preseason. So now you got.
I agree.
I agree too. And Bobby makes a good point. The team has no true leaders. Do you agree?
On defense, disagree. On offense, I agree.
There you go. All right.
I think the defense definitely there's leaders there that want to lead and make things a lot better. Hang on, David Yonkin. My wife is in bed, so no, my wife will not be mad if you guys go a little bit longer. Can she talk to my wife while she's in bed? And, just two girls gabbing and
blah 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 blah
blah
blah.
blah 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 blah.
All right. Okay. Main topic. 30 minutes into the show. Hey, that's what we do. We have fun recapping. Then we get into the meat of the show, and really do appreciate you guys' participation. The NFL. Well, hang on. The main topic is, do we have a Bo Nix problem? Okay. Here we go. The NFL is a game of inches, and the Broncos know this all too well. In the sophomore season of Bo Nix, nothing is more evident. Week 2 against the Colts, there were penalties that cost them dearly. In week 3 against the Chargers, it was missed overthrows to wide open receivers that would have scored touchdowns. Yep. Broncos lost both of those games. Nix hasn't seemed to deliver like he did last season. Is this a major concern or a bump in the road of an early NFL game or NFL season of his second-year career in the NFL? Yes.
This is a bump in the road, I think, and I'm not sure who to give credit to. It might have been David Yonkin. The league has video of him. The league knows him.
That was Bobby.
Who?
Bobby, my nephew, Robert.
Robert, sorry. The league knows him. The league has dissected him, and coordinators and coaches understand what he has and his abilities now. So they make plans on what they can do to disrupt him. Also, I see our offensive line, the continuity is not there yet. Too many holes, too many guys getting through, too many pressures.
Why? Let me interrupt real quick. Why? Because last year is the same exact players they had. They don't have Jerry Jeudy this year. I get you that. I give you that. But they have Cortland Sutton, they have Mims, and they have Franklin. Okay, what is the difference? He worked with these receivers in the offseason, or did they not? I mean, I know they did, but what is the issue? Why a wide open Cortland Sutton at the 5 motherfucking yard line or 10-yard line, wide open, overthrows him by 3 yards?
This is just the continuity. This is the timing. This is all the little things that you work on over and over and over and over, and you develop. And Bo Nix has not developed that yet. He's developing it now. He's had a season, a full season, and 4 games with Cortland Sutton. He's gotten 4 games with Franklin. There is a continuity that is developing. It's off or a little askewed right now. I'd say it's a little askewed, not completely off, but the timing is coming. It is developing. This is Bo Nix, who has to learn to adjust to defenses that are showing him different things, that are showing him different blitz packages, different lineups, man, zone, and he's got to just throw accurately, especially on deep balls. How many deep balls have we seen that have been accurate or on time or there? Not enough. So these are just the little things that Bo Nix has to realize about himself and to work on. Does Bo Nix need a quarterback coach who is more in tune with him? Not calling out our quarterback coach right now, but is this just a detail that needs to be worked on to have Bo Nix take that next step? All the little things that takes you from being a good team to an amazing team.
Is Bo Nix in a sophomore slump, sophomore jinx?
I wouldn't say it's a sophomore jinx. I would say and he's going from a bachelor's education to a master's degree education. He's taking that step up, And so he's got to get more education, more learning, more reading the defenses, more time in the video room, more time working with coaches. I don't know if he's out partying, which I hope he's not doing, or not paying attention, but Bo Nix just needs to step up his game. Anybody who thinks the world's coming to an end, the sky is falling, get off my lawn video, relax. All is good.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, if Madungus could put the videos on our chat.
Yeah, I know. D-Rock said, Big Bill. I said, what's up, Big D-Rock? He said, Spence. And then I go to a comment from Bobby back to David Yonkin and says, your wife is in bed? Dude, turn off the show. And never mind.
I agree. I can't say
Good
that.
Comment. Good comment, Bobby. Good comment. D-Rock says, sup, chat? Hey, chat's on fire, dude. Glad you're in. Glad you're part of it. Really do appreciate you, D-Rock, being up. Let's see. Dungus is back in the hat, Charles. All the throws that he has missed deep, he couldn't fully step into the throw because the O-line is failing Bo Nix. Okay, if that's the case, then obviously we need to make adjustments to the O-line. But everybody said the O-line, and if I recall, Madungus, you said the O-line is okay. It's fine. Apparently, it's not. So which is it? Is it Bo Nix? Is it the O-line? It's got to be one or the other. Or maybe
I think it's just the timing of everybody together. It's just their timing is off by a little bit.
But Douglas, would you stop? You're supposed to be watching your son's football game. He says, who said she has to be in bed too? Never mind.
La, 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 la.
David Yonkin, you should never have gone down there.
By the way,
that was Madungus in the chat.
How about a new David that we're bringing to the show? David Lujan. Bo is going to be fine. Broncos country needs to relax. Everybody have a beer. Just chill out.
Do what Aaron Rodgers said. RELAX. Relax.
And no references to the 1985 song "Relax, Don't Do It."
Everybody just do something.
Yeah, Bill.
I forgot who sings that song.
Johnny Hates no, not Johnny. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Huh?
Yeah.
That was the name of the artist?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So they changed. Madunga said they changed the blocking schemes. The O-line hasn't joked completely on. Then why did you change it? If it worked last year, why? God, Madunga should know how to get under my skin. Why would they change it? If it worked last year and you got the same exact O-line group, why would you change it and screw this year up?
Ooh, me, Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter. Because they have film on us, and you have to change it up to adapt to defenses.
Then they should have been playing preseason more than just a few snaps. Madungus.
They probably because they wanted to do some different schemes for the running game. That's probably it.
And they don't want to tip their hat. I get it. I totally get it. But I'm taking a deep breath because I'm about ready to lose my freaking mind. Alfonso Perez says, go ahead and read it if you want.
The sports center that should have been of Knicks throwing for 5 touchdowns against Bills Chargers haunts
Chargers.
Haunts me in a Brandon Perna kind of cursed way. That's a good one.
No. I'm not a Wagoner fan. All right. Next topic. The Denver Broncos need to learn how to finish games. Spence, you brought this up earlier. So here we go. They seem to lack the killer instinct and get the win on the offensive side of the ball. They are letting winnable games slip away due to mistakes, penalties, and poor gameplay. Dobbins, running back for the Broncos, summed it up by saying this, and I quote, "We're losing the game. It's not that the other team is beating us, it's we're beating ourselves," end quote. Mile High Report had this to say: "This team needs to learn to finish better and figure it out quickly," end quote. Do you agree? Disagree? Are the Broncos in disarray because they don't know how to finish games? Or is it because of like you said before, the continuity just isn't there yet? But when are they going to figure it out? After we've lost 8 games, 9 games, 10 games? When is this all going to get figured out? And what do you make of that comment?
It gets figured out on Monday night because hopefully Coach Payton is going to come up with a better scheme so that in 4 games we have better yardage than what we've had in 4 games, where in the fourth quarter we've had only 10 points, we've only had 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 field goal, 3 turnovers, 2 punts, a missed field goal, and nothing that shows that this team can sustain a long drive, a prolonged drive, run the clock out, get points on the board, close out the game. Not too worried about the defense when it comes to the fourth quarter. I'm worried more about the offense, because when you have the ball and you have the lead, it's your job to secure that lead and do things to make sure that you maintain that lead or close out the game. That's on the offense, not per se much on the defense.
David Youngkin says, "Bill, please don't tip your hat." Why, you don't want to see that?
Ah!
Sorry.
The shiny light.
David follows up by saying they have puppies on the field. Talking about the Broncos, not dogs on the field. Do you agree? Because puppies will play with you. They just want to play and play. But dogs, they mean business. They bark. They attack. Is he correct in saying that? I know it's an analogy of puppies and dogs, but is that how the Broncos are? They don't have that killer instinct.
I think it's a different kind of parallel analogy. They're puppies. They're young. They're not sure they know what to do. They haven't learned how to be champions or winners yet at the professional level, and they have to develop that killer instinct to finish a game, to go all out, to take no prisoners, and to close out a game. That, again, that's the difference between being a wild card playoff team and someone who's going to be in the competition for a Super Bowl championship. And that comes from coaching and from leadership. And I was just going
to say, should that come from the coaching? Shouldn't Sean Payton and the coaching staff really hammer this to the players? And yet, are they, in my opinion, are they not doing it, or are the players just not grasping it and not getting it?
I just think this is a team that has not yet learned to win, and what they're going to need. And I'll tell you this right now, they're going to need to go to Philadelphia and win a football game.
What if they go into Philadelphia and lose 38-10?
Then they lose 38-10, and they learn they go back to the drawing board. How about this? Instead of dwelling on the negative, let's look at the positive. You go into Philadelphia underdogs, underestimated, and you come out with a 3-point victory. That is the momentum that this team needs to learn to win, to learn to propel themselves, and to learn to take that next step, going on the road against the Super Bowl champions and pulling out a victory. That is how you can start to change all the momentum, start to change the will, and start to change the attitude of everybody.
Oh, I agree with that. I don't know. right now I don't have too much confidence because we've blown 2 games. We should be 3-0. We're 1-2, and I just Fonzo Perez said that's true. Philly win or loss showed this year's squad who they are. Absolutely, totally
Yep.
agree. Bobby says the Broncos have played 59 minutes of football, not 60. I totally agree on that too.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, totally agree. He follows that up by saying, does Peyton rely too much on the defense to keep Denver in the game? I think so. I really do. I really do.
I think he does, but this is where education comes in. When he was with the Saints, he didn't rely on the defense to win games. He relied on the offense to go out there and grab victory. That's what
not happening.
That's what's not happening. That's what this offense needs to do. They need to go out and grab victory. And speaking of going out and talking,
sorry.
Oh no, I was saying, hey Jimin, how you doing?
Jimin 819, what is up? Nice to have you to chat. It says we're a long way off from a Super Bowl. Too many issues since Pat Bowlen, the late Pat Bowlen, passed away. I agree. The thing I'm going to comment on that is a lot of NFL insiders had said the Broncos, not necessarily going Super Bowl, but they have Super Bowl aspirations. I don't see that this year. I even said prior to the season even beginning, prior to preseason, prior to OTAs, Spence, you can back me up on this. I said I will be shocked if the Broncos win 10 games this year like they did last year. Why? And I said this because it's a harder schedule. There's film on Bo Nix, and I just don't see the Broncos win the division. A lot of people said they're going to win the division, 12, 13 games winning. Yeah, I never saw that. I said, if we make the playoffs, I'll be happy, but I won't be satisfied like all the NFL insiders were saying the Broncos are going to win a division. I never saw that coming because of the harder schedule and because of the sophomore jinx that quarterbacks get, and because there's more tape and film on Bo Nix than he's ever had. I stand by that, and the record does not prove me wrong. What do you think, Spence?
No, I hear your opinion on that. I had predicted a kind of a slowish start, but they're going to learn from all this. They're going to evolve, and this comes to leadership on the team, on the field, but from coaching who wants to teach them the difference between being a playoff team and being a Super Bowl champion. This is the timing element that these guys got to make decisions. Everybody came here to be a Bronco and to be a part of the team because of the potential. Now you have to take that potential energy and turn it into kinetic energy, actual energy that is elevating this team. That is where the transition has to happen. And I see it in two ways. Defensively, okay, Indianapolis exposed a lot of issues. Let's cover up those issues. Secondly, on offense, Sean Payton has got to start opening up the playbook. And if this means that Bo Nix is throwing it long or there's a trick play or two, let's get this more into the game. This is why New Orleans was so successful and made it to Super Bowls. There was ingenuity with the plays. I don't see enough ingenuity right now with the play calling. Now, is it because Bo Nix is slightly off that he's not calling these more creative plays? That is a possibility. But this is still early in the season. Yes, we're 1-2. Yes, we've had 2 losses to undefeated teams, but they've been close and we've been right there. Again, it comes back to my point. To finish a ball game, you need a closer. We need a team of closers, not just of, well, we're going to do our best to play. You need people who want to finish the ball game.
Hey, we have a finisher. Bobby says Peyton needs the bounty gate type of team for the Broncos. Hey, whatever works, right? If you ain't cheap. Oh, I didn't say the C word. I'm sorry. I didn't. Never mind. Good point though, Bobby. I mean,
Good point.
It worked in New Orleans. I'm not advocating that.
Just something along the ways. By the way, Rodney, how you doing tonight? Good to have you.
Garcia, special teams, I feel, plays too conservative. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Are you talking about fair catches inside the 20? You're talking about field goals from long distance? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Rodney, but what do you think, Spence?
I don't think special teams are the problem. Yes. Did they cost us a game in Indy?
Well, yeah, that is. We're not even going to go down that road. We did that.
Yeah.
He did not even push off. That was just a BS.
You want to know something?
That was actually, you know what that was? That was a trick play. A trick play by the center.
Yeah, and it was more egregious on the second field goal than the first field goal. I watched it.
Absolutely.
But we're moving on to Joe Brewer now. Who's he?
Oh, hang on. I was just trying to figure out. Go back to that Rudy one. I'm just trying to figure out what Rudy. It's about the Chargers issue.
No, I think he meant to type a word that rhymes with hit.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I just thought. Anyways, go on. Go to the Joe Brewer one.
Amen. Joe Brewer, welcome to the show. Good to see you tonight.
Nice.
The skill players like Sutton need to play with instead of lazy, like waiting the ball to come to them.
him. On that interception, he did not make a move for the ball. He did not make. He waited for the ball to come to him. And when the guy jumps the route, it's what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be. This is one of the reasons Randy Moss was so talented, but how teams could beat him is. Sorry, the dog is about to. Excuse me, 1 second.
All right, I'll bring this up. Rodney Garcia says, "Are you guys concerned on how PS2 has been playing the last 2 weeks? I don't know if it's his ankle that's bothering him, but he seems off. He really does seem off. Oh, look at the little guy. Hi, Boa. He's waving everybody.
Are you the beast?
Oh, he's giving kisses. Kisses.
He was getting
we're having a moment on the show, but it's okay. Do you agree with that he doesn't know if it's the ankle that's bothering him, but he seems off PS2?
I would say yes. Something doesn't seem off. Now, they did say it was a low ankle sprain, but I've watched 1 or 2 plays. I wonder if it was a high ankle sprain because he has not been at 100% for 2 games. And anybody who's ever had a high ankle sprain, I've had an ankle reconstructed twice because of that. It takes a good 2 to 4 weeks to get over it. I just think there's some tentativeness right now from PS2, but I'm looking forward to watching him after 2 weeks of recovery against Cincinnati on Monday night.
David Yonka brings up a great point. Now, I mentioned that a lot of media people have said that the Broncos should win the division, blah, blah, blah. David Young said, most fans listen to the media, and Sean ran off his mouth and got everyone excited about this team. And Sean should have kept his mouth shut and did what he did last season. You agree?
You know what? No, I think Sean Payton is out there trying to promote his team, trying to get some energy, some belief in them. He's out there talking and showing to the world and to the media that he believes in this team. It's that type of reinforcement that these players need, that the coach has their backs. Yeah, so the record hasn't reflected his beliefs right now, but I think let's just see what's going to happen. Again, the Broncos just have to learn how to close out ball games. That's period, end of sentence, explanation point, all that.
Ooh. Bobby brings up a great comment. And I want your in-depth thought on this. Peyton's playbook is tailored for Drew Brees, not Bo Nix. He's because Sean Payton's never had a rookie quarterback before. Do you agree with that? Disagree? Or what are your thoughts?
I think Drew Brees was the model, and Bo Nix is the next generation. So it's got to be a combination of both, where Peyton has to tailor his playbook that he developed to Drew Brees, but now tailor it to Bo Nix. And Bo Nix has to find the talent that he has to play within Sean Payton's system. It's a communication gap that has to be put together for these guys to be on the same page. I know earlier there was a comment that these guys may not be quite on the same page. It seems that way if you watch ball games, that they're just not gelling right now. But I think they're developing, which is a more positive aspect than gelling at this point in time.
Now, Rodney Garcia follows up Bobby's comment with this. Sean, and this is perfect. This is beautiful. Sean Payton needs to dial up basic plays to Bo's abilities and what best fits him. He's doing too much to make it complicated for Bo, a la Drew Brees. Do you agree?
I want to say this.
I certainly agree.
I agree, but at the same time, you as a coach, you have to maximize the ability of your quarterback to allow them to develop and grow. You can't take something that was successful in one instance and say, okay, quarterback B, take this that quarterback A had and run with it. It's got to be a marriage of two individuals to a philosophy that they have to join together. Sean Payton's got the tools and the chemistry to be able to develop plays. He just has to take the talent that Bo has and merge the two together.
Oh, there you go. That leads right in this. Dave Young said there's no freaking way you can compare Bo Nix and Drew Brees. True or false?
They're two different generational talents. And if Sean Payton thinks, oh, Bo Nix is the next Drew Brees, then they're going to fail. If Sean Payton's got to be the adult in the room and say, okay, I have this plan that I have this playbook that I have this strategy that I have. How can I maximize what I want out of this using Bo Nix's talent? And that's called coaching. That's called being the adult in the room. And so this is on Sean Payton in some aspect, but it's a communication gap that has to be merged between Sean Payton and Bo Nix to be able to take that bigger step forward. You want an example? Look at what happened in Kansas City. You know, Mahomes has all this talent. Andy Reid had the ability. They merged together, and look at what they have succeeded to do. This is an educational aspect for both the teacher as well as the student.
All right. Before we go any further, we're almost at the 1 hour mark. We have a ton of topics. Do you want me to fast forward, skip a couple?
I don't want to get in trouble with the boss.
So you're good? You're not good? I mean, you want me to skip a few? Okay, let me skip a few.
No, you know what? Whatever happens, happens.
No. I mean, I can come back to them. Don't worry about that. They're not necessarily in order. I mean, I had them in order, but I have one that we really need to touch on.
Okay, but I think we also had a call for the Jackass of the Week. So
that's coming up. Don't worry.
All right.
But I'm going to put this one first because we're talking.
I'll tease
Broncos.
that with the Jackass of the Week implemented the "Do You Know Who I Am" card.
Okay, and we also have a "Did I do that?" Okay. Yeah. Everybody knows that the Denver Broncos and ownership group is wanting to have a new stadium. There are major roadblocks for that to happen. Now, the current lease on Empower Field at Mile High expires in 2030. Oh, David Younger says, okay, guys, I have to go and take meds. Love the show. David, thank you so much each and every week for chiming in. You are an absolute anchor. Love having you. Love your comments. And thank you so much. Wish you all the best, my friend, each and every week. Uh, stay healthy, my friend. Stay healthy. Love to see you next week. All right. 2030 is the lease up at Empower Field at Mile High. If the Broncos don't have a new stadium, which they hope to have by 2030, then what? Hang on. Listen to the roadblocks the Broncos have to jump through unless money talks. But it doesn't always talk, especially when there's politics involved. Doesn't always. Here we go. The Broncos' plans to build a new stadium have hit a series of roadblocks. One of those roadblocks is crafting a community benefit agreement negotiated with neighbors and developers. Per the Denver Post. Denver Post is on this, guys. Denver Post is on this. I continue. Once that is done, there's another hurdle. The city council gets involved. Members are expected to vote on whether to give the Broncos owners a tax break to redevelop property that is considered blighted. What is blighted? Protected?
Yes.
Okay.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Okay, hang on. It gets worse. Also, the former railroad yard is an environmental concern. A recent report founded contaminants in the soil, of which are including petroleum,
yep,
hydrocarbons,
yep,
lead, arsenic,
yep,
and chromium, per the report. Holy crap.
Yep.
Are the Broncos ever going to be able to build in this land that they've already purchased? And if they've already purchased it and can't build the land, then what do they do with it? They can't sell it for anything else because of what they've already found. Holy smokes. Did the Broncos, and I'm just throwing this out there, Spence, did the Broncos ownership group do any of their homework prior to buying this land, or is this all an explosion in their face where they have just made a drastic purchase of land they can never use?
Okay, so I can't give all my consulting agreements away that I have, but I've dealt with one situation similar to this. Essentially this. First and foremost, you do a ground and soil test before you purchase any property. And if they found all these items in the soil before they purchased the property and they decide to move forward with it, then the Walton family has a plan in place to be able to excavate all the petroleum, everything that is carcinogenic and all that stuff and get it out of there. So not too worried.
What about all the other red tape that I mentioned? What about the red tape from the city council? Okay, sorry.
Yeah. 2, governments. Now, how many of us hate politics? Yes, we all raise our hands. Oh, there's someone who's texting me right now who hates it. You know, every single politician has their hand out going, okay, I'll vote to approve it, but what can you do for me? Huh? Yeah. Oh, what NGO can you finance? What nonprofit can you help? What blighted means overgrown, filled with trash and hazards.
Thanks, yeah. Joe Brewer. Really do appreciate it. Blight means overgrown and filled with trash and hazards. Okay, thank you.
Which is unfortunate in this situation that the Walton family knows, okay, we're buying this property, we want to develop. Everybody who's a politician is going, oh, they're going to need my approval. I'm going to get a big cash payday for me. Oh, I mean my nonprofit organization, which I'm filtering money for to help build my offshore account. Politicians are going to be lining their pockets and making demands to make sure they're taken care of so that the Walton family can provide something for their constituents. Welcome to government. I've been involved in a contract negotiation that had that. I cannot disclose it, but what the politicians insinuate, well, you can get my vote, but here's what I need you to do for me. A la pay for this, pay for that, do this, do that. Offshore account in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, I know who you are, politician, if you're listening to the show. But that's the wheeling and dealing. Then comes to the third part. Once you have taken the land and you've cleared it of all of the hazardous waste, once you have gotten everything out of there, once you have started to develop and you got approval, then you have to get the permits. That's a different group that is going, come on, line my pocket. Oh,
Yep.
My nephew just said he's watching, so Dylan will take care in a sec. But this is a different group of people who need you to line my pockets so that I can approve your permits. This is going to get ugly before it gets developed. Now, let's look at worst case scenario. Walmart is one of our American gods. We all shop there. They're serving the community with affordable living. How are we having stadium problems? It's because the government is not going to approve it unless you line your pockets or pay them out of pocket or take care of their nonprofit organization who donates to their offshore accounts so that they can have money to retire with. It's called greasing the right pockets. Welcome to politics. But next, we move on to worst case scenario. Okay. So the it's 20. We just finished the 2030 season. We're celebrating Super Bowl #2. We don't have a stadium to go celebrate. Where do we go? You go up the road to Boulder, because I'll bet you anything right now, there's already talk as a just in case the stadium is not ready. And can we go up the road to Boulder, use your stadium for a year, maybe 2 years, and until we get our situation resolved?
Why not? College plays on Saturdays. Football plays on Sundays. Or NFL
there you
plays
go.
On Sundays.
There's your solution. So, and you think, what would the Walmart family?
Professor Spence, Alfonso Perez says, you are Professor Spence. That's a good one. I like that. Professor Spence. I like that.
We're all getting our MBA education in government BS.
What is up, Paul PS? What's up, Paul Schaefer? You're the other PS. We have PS2. You're a PS1. Love it, guy. Friday. Woo woo. Love it. Thank you, Paul, for being in the chat. Absolutely love it, man.
Let's see. Bingo. 819 government locking for a payout on their cheddar. Of course. How
about Alfonso? True, Prime has a Prime Stadium.
Yes, it does.
There you go.
So there are solutions, but it's going to get ugly before it gets to 2020, 2030. And the thing that I hate and I despise is that all these politicians who probably have no idea what a football looks like, who have never been to a Bronco game, who have no idea what a field goal is, who have no idea who Bo Nix are expecting a sizable payout in order to get their approval for a stadium. And that's what is sickening about our society. Bill, take it from there.
Paul Schaefer says, hey, guys, P.S. I love me some me. I said, hey, P.S. Paul Schaefer, there you go, man. You know? Victor Lapp says, all politicians are full of
Wait a minute. Breaking news. Breaking news, Bill. This might be the first time in a long time. My mom just texted and said, you're so right, Spencer.
Wow. Wow, that may be a first, man. You need to do a victory lap. Well, we already got
Yeah,
victory lap in. We already got
the
victory
world
lap in the
thinks I'm
chat, so
finally
you can't
done
do a victory.
this.
Joe Brewer said politicians think an NFL ball is a soccer ball, right? Yeah, as in
Yeah,
football, no doubt. All right.
yeah. And it's
Some
just
contra. Go ahead.
this is just the game. I mean, I wasn't involved with it, but I had a friend who was involved with the SoFi Stadium taking over Hollywood Park, and he just said it was as ugly as you can imagine, and I can't give you any details. Welcome to sports stadium issues, where the city council cares more about lining their pockets rather than providing a sports entertainment for their citizens and their constituents.
You know why? 99.9% of them could care less about sports.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason why. Most females, I'm not.
Be careful.
I'm not. What's the word?
How about this? Most individuals who are into politics. Now finish
All right,
it.
let's move on. All right. Speaking of controversy, last Monday night, Tom Brady was seen in the coach's box with a headset on in the Raiders game. There was some people saying that it was a conflict of interest. He's a minority owner with the Raiders. He's in the Raiders coaching box with the headset on. Brady fired back by saying, and I quote, that only the paranoid and distrustful believe that there's a conflict, end quote. The NFL replied by saying Brady didn't violate any rules. The former star quarterback is allowed to sit in the coach's box according to the NFL league. That goes for any owner. Broncos owners could sit in the coach's box, put the headset on, and listen to whatever. Doesn't matter. Why? Because of the following. Here is the following that Brady can't do. Brady, however, is prohibited from going to teams' facilities for practices or production meetings. So therefore, he cannot be involved in anything any of other teams are doing. He can be involved in what the Raiders are doing. He's part owner. That's legit. So why were people upset to see Tom Brady in the coach's box with the headset on, listening to what the plays were being called by the Raiders? How is that controversial? How is that a conflict of interest? I don't get it.
2 words, worst 2 words put together in the dictionary: petty jealousy. You know what? He's an owner. He can go virtually anywhere. And if he wants to go help his team, out and get some insight and maybe understand, of course, it's tacky to do it in the middle of a game, but it's not illegal, and there's no problem with it. You know who's bringing this up is Brady haters. You know what? Everybody in the AFC who didn't get to a Super Bowl because Tom Brady and the Patriots beat them, and they're jealous media people, they're bringing this up. Jet fans, Bill fans, Dolphin fans. Of course, Brady finds a way to bend the rules learned well from Belichick.
Joe Brewer, thank you so much.
Belichick, come on.
Belichick, yeah.
Anyways, you know what? Let's wrap up that topic with Joe Brewer, the comment. You know what? There's no harm, no foul. If he can give insight or give some knowledge or maybe learn a little bit so he can help out the team, all good for him.
Hey, Victor Knapp says Kona's mom Skype. That's good. That's good. All right.
Kona's mom.
People have been waiting for this. So here it comes.
Most females, my mom, this is from my mom. Most females like handsome, rich football players. That's a fact.
That's true.
Really? It's true.
It's true. It is true. All right.
They're known by one simple word, Mom. Gold diggers.
Yeah. All right. We are going to, and it's been requested, and I mentioned that we have it. So here it is. This week's Jackass of the Week.
You suck, you jackass.
Here it is. According to TMZ, last week, Javion Clowney was arrested after he got into a dispute while trying to find a parking near a high school football game. Wait a minute.
Oh, it gets better.
Wait a freaking minute. Clowney, you're going to a high school football game. They have a parking lot. If you can't find a spot in the parking lot, park on the freaking street. Okay? Oh, did he park on the street? Oh, no. He's Javion Clowney. Hang on. The arresting officer asked Clowney twice to provide ID that Clowney refused to give him. Hold on a second. The first rule of thumb when a police officer says, "Can I see your ID? Can I see your registration? Can I see your drive?" Whatever it is, you show it to him. If you have nothing to hide, you show it to him. Why is he not showing him his ID? Hang on. It gets a whole lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Clowney was arrested for trespass. Wait a minute. Trespassing? Was he trespassing? He's trying to find. Hang on. Clowney was arrested for trespassing and failure to provide his ID. Okay, I get that part. Where's the trespassing come in? Hold on.
Watch it.
According to police reports, Clowney was told he cannot park in a closed parking lot. However, Clowney did it anyway. Are you freaking stupid?
Yes.
Seriously, you're this stupid. Hang on. This all comes days before Clowney signed with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Welcome to Dallas, you moron. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. You can't park. Okay. Let me back up. Let me make this personal. Spence. You go to a public your son's wherever they're playing. Okay, where they're playing. I know I'm getting wound up because this pisses me off. So you're going to your son's game, and there's a sign that says "No parking, private, closed," and you take it upon yourself to go there. What do you expect's going to happen? And Clowney says, "Oh, I'm not giving you my ID. I'm not telling you who I am. I'm not doing any of this." And yet he gets arrested for trespassing, and he gets arrested for not providing ID. And he signs with the Dallas Cowboys. Is Jerry Jones lost his freaking mind to sign this freaking, no pun intended? Oh, yes, I do make it pun intended. This clown to sign with Dallas? Seriously? This guy is a cancer.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. He's a moron. He's stupid. Spence, take it because I can't do it anymore.
No. I was just going to say he probably pulled out of his wallet and said, "Do you know who I am?" card, and just said, "Hey, I am this guy. I am that. I am entitled. I have this big ego." Joe Brewer, you hit it on the nose. Entitlement and ego. There is no excuse. And when you play that "Do you know who I am?" card, and this is Jerry, you think Jerry Jones is happy right now? You know what? Clowney is talented and gifted, but he is a locker room and chemistry buster. You want to know something, Dallas? You're going down, and my lock of the week this week coming up is Green Bay at Dallas. Good night, Dallas. Okay. Thanks for playing.
I will agree with Joe Brewer. Bill, have you seen Texas high school football? Yeah, my sister lives in upstate Georgia, in a small town called Hartwell, Georgia. And she says that their stadium holds, and I'm not joking. She said her stadium holds 5,000 people and it's packed, standing room only all the time. So Joe Brewer goes on and said, Bill, have you seen Texas high school football games? Crowds, it's almost the same amount of people. So I'm not shocked he could not find a space, but still a dumbass. Absolutely. You cannot take it upon yourself. Would you go to a NFL game and you can't find a spot and park in a spot that you know that you shouldn't park in? Why would you do that? It's just stupid. And for Clowney to think that he's above the law, oh, I'm sorry. Of course these guys think they're above the law. I apologize. I am so sorry. He should have been able to park wherever he wants. But no, you can't do that. I mean, why not take an Uber? The guy's a millionaire. Take a mother freaking limo. Have him drop your happy freaking butt off at the game and go to the game and call him up after the game and pick your happy butt up. Why are you doing stupid things? I don't get it, Spence. I don't get it.
Because he thinks he's entitled. How many times have I talked about this on the show? He just signed that big contract, agreed to a big contract. He's now
back. That's why you pay the Uber guy.
He's on the top of the mountain. He's like, you know what? I can say and do whatever I want to. I'm Javonian Clowney. I am now on the Dallas Cowboys. I am getting paid, so I can do whatever I want. And guess what? He played the "Do you know who I am" card, and he's going to get burned. Thanks for playing Green Bay Packers lock of the week.
I hope so. I tell you what, I am so thoroughly disgusted with these guys. I think they're just above the law, which makes me sick. Will Micah Parsons stop Javonte Williams this week? Oh, absolutely.
No, you know what Micah Parsons is going to do? He's going to grab one leg, grab the other, and do a wishbone and make a wish.
You know what? Joe Brewer brought up a good point. Billy, you should be old enough to remember the Super Bowl team from Dallas hardcore partying before the Super Bowl, so it's a Cowboy thing, and number 88 being an addict. I do remember. That was Drew Pearson's, wasn't it? Drew Pearson's, I think it was.
Yes.
I do remember that. But unfortunately, I also remember the Cowboys beating my Broncos in 1977.
Yep.
The first year the Broncos went to Super Bowl and the Cowboys, my dad's favorite team, beat my Broncos. I was age, 77.
120.
I was 19 years old and I cried. I was crushed. I was crushed. And that one hurt. But yeah, I do remember that. But hey, Cowboys, America's team. Yeah, right.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
By the way, Paul Schaefer, I'm going to go with the Britney thing. Why?
Javonte Williams?
Exactly.
No, we already had him.
You know what? Right. Actually, you know what? I would trade for him if we got Javonte Williams and 2 first-round draft picks for a ball boy. Then I would trade.
All right, we're backing out of the Jackass of the Week, and we're going into a different one. Here we go.
You suck, you jackass.
All right, now we're going
into the one that I say every night to my wife.
Did I do that? Here we go, guys. This is this week's Did I Do That? Did I do that? Okay. Before I get into this whole past month, in all seriousness, it's been very, very riddled, no pun intended, on obviously, seriously, no pun intended, with gun violence. We've had many instances. I'm not going into any detail. You guys all know what's happened across the country. It's been very, very serious. this week's Did I Do That could have been Jackass of the Week, but I put it to this segment. Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen may have crossed the line in celebration. May have? Yeah, he did. Against the Miami Dolphins, Josh Allen was thrown to the ground in what was called unnecessary roughness. Yes, it was aggressive. Okay, I get that. But what followed should never have happened. In celebration of a first down given by the penalty, Josh Allen appeared to make a gun gesture at the Dolphins lineman who sacked him, Brooks, who was called for the penalty. The NFL has said that gun celebrations will attract a heavy fine. It will be interesting to see how stiff this fine will be on Josh Allen or if any suspension. I seriously doubt that the NFL will come down hard on Josh Allen because he's NFL's play guy. He's NFL's showman guy. He's a Buffalo Bills quarterback. They're not going to do that. But if the NFL really wants to send a strong message that you don't do this and you don't make gestures like that, then they have to come down hard on Josh Allen and they have to do it and make a statement. In my opinion, I don't think they do that. What do you think, Spence? Do they come down harsh or they slap him on the wrist and say whatever?
It is what's good for the brand, not what is the right thing to do or what is the ethically right thing to do. It's what's good for the brand. What's going to happen is Josh Allen is going to get fined heavily. He's going to be told, no, don't do that again. Hand slap. What should happen in the real world? You get suspended for a week. Now, guess who they're playing this week? The New Orleans Saints. Yeah. I would say this. The right thing to do would be suspend them this week, make everybody who's in a survivor pool who was going to take Buffalo panic and go crazy, and let Josh Allen think about it. That would be the sending a message. But is that good for the brand? No. Because the brand is centered around their top stars who are higher and mightier than everybody and can get away with things. So the right thing would be to suspend Allen. The thing that's going to happen is they're going to slap his hand and they're going to make him do 40 hours of community service and pay
and 15 push-ups before the game.
Exactly.
That's all they're going to do. Yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad because other guys get hit with major fines and suspension, and and people say, "Oh, it's nothing. He's not really firing." It's not the point of whether or not it's a real freaking gun. It's the point of doing something that is absolutely forbidden. Period. It's forbidden. Stop. Don't do it. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
It's Patrick Mahomes. It's Lamar Jackson. It's okay. Well, not really okay, but we'll kind of wink, wink, wink. No, it's not okay. It should not be double standard. Double standard should not be allowed in any sport, period. Should not be allowed in any workplace, period. You have rules for these guys, but it's okay for those guys. No, it's not okay. That's the problem. It's not okay, period. All right. We're going to back out of Did I Do That? And we're going to go into the last two topics because I know Spence needs to get out of here. And the other topics are just fill-in topics anyway. So, anyways, here we go.
I'm doing the show live right now.
We're back out of Did I Do That?
Did I do that?
I'll talk to you then.
Actually,
you're watching.
Do that. Actually, did
okay,
that.
Bye. Sorry about that.
All right.
My nephew was calling, so there's a few people.
Oh.
Yeah, was it a hand gesture or a rifle?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, dude. You cannot do it. Period.
By the way, Bill, we got to take a moment here to send out a very special happy birthday wish to my nephew, Dylan, Floppy Seal, as he wants me to say on air. He turns 11.
Floppy seal. I said
Floppy Seal. Yeah. Happy birthday, Dylan. He turns 11 tomorrow.
Hats
11.
off. I know not too many people want me to show you that, but I did. Talk it.
So Dylan, happy birthday. I'm sorry I can't make it to your birthday in St. Louis, but I'll see you soon.
Happy birthday, my friend. Glad you're watching the show. Glad you're enjoying it. Hopefully you're enjoying it. All right.
He is
the
enjoying
last two topics, Ben, because I mean the other ones were just fill-ins. It's no big deal. We're all good. Oh wow. Paul Schiffer said Dylan is my son. Tim. I have a birthday tomorrow. There you go. Happy birthday, man. Love it. All right. This is fantastic. Now, of these 12 people I'm going to name, which ones do you think will make the list, the final list? Okay. I'm not going to reveal what it is until I say it. The Denver Broncos in recent years have seen some of their former players be inducted into Pro Football Hall of Fame. Of these 12 players, Spence, who do you think has a legitimate shot as being the 2026 inductee into the Professional Football Hall of Fame? Here they are. Lionel Taylor, Rick Upchurch, Carl Mecklenburg, Dennis Smith, Louis Wright, Neil Smith, Goose Gosselin, Mike Shanahan, Brandon Marshall, Ryan Clady, Elvis Dumerville, and Wes Welker. Would you like me to repeat that one at a time?
No.
Lionel Taylor, yes or no? In the final vote that makes the Hall of Fame, Lionel Taylor, yes or no?
I'm leaning yes.
Okay, Rick Upchurch.
Yes, definitely.
Carl Mecklenburg.
Yes, definitely.
Dennis Smith.
I don't think so.
Louis Wright.
I don't think so.
Neil Smith. You know he's going in as a Bronco. If he goes in, he's going as a Bronco. He won 2 Super Bowls with them.
I know, but you would think yes, but I agree.
I agree.
I agree, but
Super Bowl wins.
He had to go to the Broncos to do it.
Doesn't matter.
I know.
All right. Goose Gosselin. That's way old school. That's way old school.
Probably not.
Yeah. Mike Shanahan.
He should.
Absolutely. Brandon Marshall, wide receiver. Probably not. Ryan Clady, offensive line. Solid offensive line.
Solid, but it's so hard to get.
Elvis Dumerville.
That's another one that the heart says yes, the mind says probably not.
All right, Wes Welker. He's going to go in as a Colt, I would think.
As a Colt, why not a Patriot?
I mean, not a Colt, Patriot. So I say no. So the ones I say would be, in my opinion, if I can only pick 3 for the final, I'll say Carl Mecklenburg.
Yep.
Mike Shanahan. Neil Smith. Those are my calls.
I had on my list Mecklenburg, Shanahan, and Upchurch.
Ooh,
I think
that's good too. Rick Upchurch.
I loved Upchurch was so instrumental to the Broncos back then at a time that they were just transitioning, and he meant so much to not just the Broncos but to the NFL in general.
Yeah.
So, and I like
Oh, I
Taylor.
agree. Alfonso Perez says Mike Shannon, no content. He shouldn't even be on there. Still, I agree. He should have already been in the hall
But
years ago.
again, do these people realize there's football west of the Mississippi River? Not always.
Yeah. Joe Brewer says, Bill, did the hat make you bald or did it happen beforehand?
It's called marriage.
No, you know what it's called? Seriously? Dude, when I was in high school, I had a hairline back to that. My hair didn't start till back here. And I at 18, I graduated. And some of my classmates said, way to go, Grandpa. I'm like, I'm only 18 years
Yeah,
old.
this has been going rapidly since I've had kids. So
Hey, it happens, man.
it happens.
It's all good. Let's see. I like this one too. Dennis Smith was the man. I agree, Jim and 819. Dennis Smith was amazing. Dennis Smith and who was the other one that said Louis Wright? Oh my gosh. Dennis Smith and Louis Wright. What a great set of defensive backs. Just amazing.
I know, but you wanted we had to pick the top three, and it was tough. It was tough. It was
tough.
Dennis Smith was one of those.
Dumerville should be there.
But let me put it to you this way: Dennis Smith or Mecklenburg?
No,
Yeah.
Carl Mecklenburg. Carl Mecklenburg was the bomb, dude. Dennis Smith was amazing, but Carl Mecklenburg, come on, man. You cannot deny his presence in the center of that defense. You can't.
Yeah, I tried to go someone who is old school, definitely Shanahan, and someone of the new generation. And that's why I said Upchurch, Shanahan, and Mecklenburg. Yeah. It was tough. It's tough.
It is tough. It is tough. And I don't understand why the Orange Crush teams as a whole don't have more. Did Kona do that?
Yes. Yes.
That is good.
Yes.
Man. That is good. Paul Shaver makes a point. It's not the Hall of Solid.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Hall of Politics.
True.
Yeah.
I agree. Alfonso says Mike Shanahan, Wes Welker, and Elvis Dumerville. That's not bad either.
It's not bad, but you want to know some? I think for this, I tried to focus on offense, defense, coaching, and tried to get one of each.
Jim and 819, the only thing I can say about that was Al Wilson was not mentioned in this year's nominees. That's why I didn't include him, but that's a great point. Mike Shanahan, Rick Upchurch, Neil Smith, and Al Wilson. But Al Wilson wasn't mentioned in the top 12.
The only reason I can't say Neil Smith is he's a Kansas City Chief. I know
he won 2 Super Bowls with Denver. You know he's going to go in as a Bronco. He even said that he's glad to be on the good side. He said that in one of his interviews. I'm glad to be on the good side. I don't see Neil Smith if he does get in the Hall of Fame, which I hope he does. How about Talib? Keep Talib. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Is he not? Or is he not?
I don't think he is.
Hang on a second, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna do this right now. Okay, Google. Is Aqib Talib in the Hall of Fame in the NFL?
Aqib Talib is not currently in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. However, he is a first-year nominee for the class of 2025.
There you go. There you go. You guys heard it right there live. Right there. Hey, we do everything. You guys ask in the chat. We will provide it if we have the opportunity. So there you go. There you go. Thanks, guy. What a great question. What a great question.
Ed McCaffrey.
I like Ed McCaffrey.
I like him, but for the Hall of Fame, I don't think there's enough production.
My nephew Bobby Boy said Neil Smith definitely. I totally agree. Neil, I'll tell you what right now. In my opinion, if Neil Smith is not on the Broncos in the 1997 Super Bowl and 1998 Super Bowl win, the Broncos don't win that game. And I know everybody's going to say it's Terrell Davis, and I get it. But Neil Smith was instrumental to get the Broncos to the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. That's why I say if Neil Smith is not on the team, the Broncos don't even have a chance to get to the Super Bowl and win it against the Packers and win it against the Atlanta Falcons. Am I wrong, Spence? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
What's instrumental?
Instrumental. Excuse me. Come on, man. You got to dissect every single letter I put on there. Anyway, instrumental. Don't you agree? Do you agree? Do you agree?
I agree, but I guess we had put parameters in here. It's like out of all these, choose 3, and you've got to make. You know what? Hall of Fame voters get to pick 5, and so now you've got this whole list of everybody. It's tough.
I just tried to narrow it down. Otherwise, we would be here for. Well, you know what? I can be here till 9 o'clock, so it's okay. No, it's okay. No, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to narrow it down to your 3 most favorite people you'd like to see come in. That's what I want. Oh, Joe Brewer brought up one. He wasn't put on the 12. What about undrafted Rod Smith? He should be there.
He should be there, but not yet.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. When I saw that list, I'm like, this is going to open up a can of worms on the show. And it has. And I love it. I love it. This is great. This is great stuff. Let's see. How about Tom Nalen? Here you go. Alfonso Perez is Tom Nalen. I agree with that one too. He was not on the list.
I mean, we could spend hours talking about so many people who have.
Can we do it tonight?
Yeah, you want me to get thrown off the air permanently?
And divorce? All right, guys. All right, guys. We're an hour and 42 minutes in. Spence is probably
I'm in big trouble.
Hanging on by a what's that called? Hanging by a thread. So we got to get to the last topic, which is this week's Monday night first primetime game for the Denver Broncos at home against the Cincinnati without Joe Burrow in Denver, primetime Monday night. Broncos, Bengals, orange and blue against orange and black. Which team is going to come out on top? Joe Burrow's non-Joe Burrow's Cincinnati Bengals, or Bo Nix gets out of his funk. The Broncos figure it out, somehow come away with a convincing win. And I mean convincing, not 21-20. I mean 35-10 or something like that. Do the Broncos put a beat down on the Bengals and then get ready for an Eagles game in Philadelphia? Or is this a Broncos hangover from 2 close games lost where they should have won, and then head to the Eagles where they could be 1-4? What do you say, Spence?
So I'm going to throw my prediction out there, and sorry about this. Someone's texting me. Okay. I'm going to throw my prediction out there right now. Final score will be 37-13 Broncos. They're going to discover who they are. They're going to get their positive reinforcement. They're going to charge through the third quarter.
Oh, you said that ugly word again, Charles.
Oh, come on. We all know your secret support. This is where they find their identity. I mean, if the Minnesota Vikings can throw up 48 points and hold them to 10, what is our defense going to do? And what is our offense going to find in everything that we got here? The Bengals.
Hey,
defense,
let me remind you, Vikings are 2-1. We're 1-2 for a reason.
Yes, we play. And who have the Vikings played? We're going on a tangent. Let's focus. Final score 37-13. I think the Broncos figure out who they are. They start running the ball a lot more. Bo Nix starts chucking it down the field a lot more. The receivers find holes. This defense of the Cincinnati Bengals is horrible. Yeah, 3 words all together. They cannot stop a college team right now. I think the Broncos figure out who their identity is. They get their positive reinforcement. They put the Bengals out of their mind. They cover the 7.5. Don't know if they're going to cover the over, which was, and I forgot, over
Broncos
under
are favored by
44.
Broncos are favored by 3.5.
No, the Broncos are favored by 7.5.
I mean, I'm sorry, 7.5. I don't think they cover that.
I really think the Broncos start figuring out who they are, and this is a springboard game to prepping them for Philadelphia. They need this. They need a game that gives them some positive reinforcement about who they are, what they can do, and what they can expand on. Sean Payton opens up the playbook. The defense comes in and attacks. This is an overall victory that the Broncos are going to need and the reinforcement they need to take steps moving forward. 37-13. They give up a late touchdown in the fourth quarter when the defense has all their second stringers in. It's not going to be close. They jump and attack them from the start to the finish and close out this game.
Do the Broncos have spotlight phobia? In other words, being on the spotlight, being on primetime, being the only game, Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night, do they have spotlight phobia? Broncos haven't fared well in primetime games under Sean Payton as of late.
They're not the only game on Monday night. They're the second game. The first game starts at 4 p.m. Pacific. Our game starts at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 in Mountain Time. So there is going to be an overlap. So they're not the center of focus, even though they kind of were against the Chargers since they were the premium game of that Sunday, even though there was some other game between the Chefs and the Birds that wasn't even close or anything like that.
But, okay, so I have it a lot closer than you do because I just can't do that widespread. I just haven't seen it all year. I have Denver winning 23-16. That's a 7-point spread. 23-16. 23-16. Yes. Because I haven't seen the defense close out. We didn't close out against the Colts. We dang sure didn't close out against the Chargers. And the offense has not proven to me that they can score more than 23 points. How many points has the Broncos scored all year in any one given game? Not more than 23. So why would I go higher than 23? 23-16 Denver. That's what I have it. I hope that comes to fruition. I hope we score more. I just haven't seen it all year. Bo Nix hasn't shown me anything. 40 burgers on the Bungles. Oh, man. Boy, that's hard to swallow there, Paul. That's hard to swallow. I haven't seen Bo Nix, like one of our topics was, produce when the game matters. There is not that killer instinct. We talked about that earlier. Go back, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch the entire show from the beginning. Broncos have not had that killer instinct. I don't see it in this game. I hope I'm wrong, but that's why I said 23-16. Spence, that is the last topic of the show. Any final comments before you run down the chat?
No, let's run down the chat and say thank you to everybody who's been a part of the show. Really appreciate you guys coming in. A lot of people in the show. David Yonkin, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Appreciate your comments. Rudy, we're all praying for you. Hopefully everything goes well on Monday. Looking forward to seeing you and having you part of our show next week. Victory Lap, thank you so much for your comments. Appreciate you being part of the show. Robert Moreno, thank you for your comments, being a part of the show. Newbie, Francisco Trujillo, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Appreciate your comments. Hope everything's okay down below the waist, but we won't get into those things. Clayton Haran, thank you so much, as always, being a part of the show. My wife, Anna, thank you for your comments. Okay, Aiden, yes, your Chargers beat our Broncos. You can gloat for another week or so. I just heard him downstairs going, Mom, can I gloat more? Yes, Aiden, you can gloat more. Alfonso Perez, new to the show. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Andy, thank you for being a part of the show. We appreciate you. D-Rod, thank you for being a part of the show. Appreciate your comments. David Lujan, I hope I pronounced it right. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. I can't pronounce that name. He makes his comments. Jimin, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Appreciate everything. Rodney Garcia, appreciate you joining the show and being a part of everything. Joe Brewer, thank you for jumping in late. Appreciate everything. Paul Schaefer, thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. And, of course, we got to end with my mom's comments. Thank you so much, Mom, for listening to the show. And happy birthday to my nephew, Dylan, who's turning 11. You're 11? Seems like yesterday you were just climbing on my back as a 3-year-old. Happy birthday, Dylan. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your party tomorrow. Sorry I can't make it. Bill, take us out.
Guys, thank you so much each and every week for being in the chat. We absolutely appreciate it immensely. We can't say how much we appreciate it. Guys, we'll be back next Friday. But don't forget, the Broncos don't play Sunday. They play Monday night at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. We have to have a win. It's a must win. I hate to say it early, but it is a must win. To each and every one of you out there, thank you so much once again. Really do appreciate it. Spence, my co-host, thank you as always for being here with all your comments. Really do appreciate you. Have a fantastic week, Spence. Have a fantastic week, guys. We will talk to you next Friday. Till then, have a fantastic weekend. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down.